Hey everybody, this is Danny with MyFigStix. Y'all, I'm kind of rolling. We just had a storm. It's very cool outside and I'm enjoying it. I just made a video on the difference between pinching and topping, but I also want to give y'all an update on my fertilizer experiment. We have been 1 month. 3 fertilizations of my trees. Remember I did 8 trees, 4 different methods, 2 each method. I did one with water-soluble Fox Farm products. Y'all have seen that video. Hopefully you know which ones I'm talking about. I did another with water-soluble Miracle-Gro Boom Booster. Boy, Miracle-Gro Bloom Booster. I did 2 with that. I did 2 with a Gaia green. Somebody pointed out exactly how you're supposed to pronounce that. It's not Gaia green, it's Gaia green. So I did 2 with the Gaia green, and then I did 2 more with Osmocote. And what I wanted to see was, okay, with these different fertilizers, which one do we get the best bang for our buck out of? Which ones are by cost, by time spent? Which ones give us the most growth? And so I wanted to give y'all an update. Again, we're 1 month in, that's 3 fertilizations. I did one during that video. 2 weeks later, I did another one. We're now at the 1 month, I did another one. So we've got 3 rounds of fertilization. So let's take a look at all of these figs and what kind of surprises we have in some of these. Let's start with water-soluble, and I'll start with these 2. This is the 2 that I used the bloom booster on. On the right, you're seeing an Olympian. On the left, you're seeing an I-258. So first, let's look at this Olympian. Now, y'all, I did remove the air layer from the air layer experiment that we had going on. But y'all, to be honest with you, this is Miracle-Gro Bloom Booster. I can't see a whole lot of changes. I mean, there's figs everywhere on this tree, but there's been figs everywhere on this tree. It's looking really good. I will say I'm starting to see some, hopefully you can tell, some new growth coming up on these. Now, it seemed to stall. Do they do that when they're producing all of these figs? I would imagine they do, but you're starting to see new growth. Now, is that from the bloom booster? I'm not 100% sure, but that's with the Olympian. I kind of feel like it went through a stall period with all of these figs on it, and hopefully we're about to see something really happen. Now, this one, this is the I-258. I'm not sure which will come out. Like I said, I'm kind of on a roll and it's very cool outside, so I'm making a couple of videos at one time. But I just pointed out in the last video the difference between tipping and topping our trees. Y'all, this I-258 is on the bloom booster. Look at this. Look at the amount of growth on this tree. Hopefully y'all can see all of this is growth. All of this is new growth. All of this is new growth. There's more new growth back there. Look at this one. This is one that I topped. Look, all of this right here. New growth, new growth. Look back here. Look at this limb. All of that is new growth. In fact, I need to tip that one. Oh, I did. I already tipped that one. All new growth. Let's see. Look at this limb. Look, all new growth. Hey, and a dead leaf hopper. Soapy water works. You just got to hit them right, but that's all new growth. So the I-258, the Olympian are on the Miracle-Gro Bloom Booster. The Olympian, is it just not growing much because it's stalled out with all of those figs on it? I'm not sure, but this I-258 is definitely growing very, very rapidly. Sticking with the water-soluble, we're going to look at the Canadria as well as the Maltese Falcon. I'm not seeing a whole lot of, well, now that I sit there and mention it. Okay, so look at this. So this is the Canadria. You can see there, Canadria, we're on the Fox Farm. This little limb right here is putting on some new growth, but I hadn't really paid attention. But look at this limb. Look at all of the growth is happening on this one. I hate to say I'm out here every day, but I hadn't really paid attention that this one was growing wild. I have not pinched, nor have I topped this tree, especially this limb. Let's see. No, I haven't. No, I may have topped this one over here. I may have tipped this one. We'll be able to see it at a little different angle in just a second. But this one's putting on branches without tipping or topping on the Fox Farm. let's see, we'll come around here. Did I tip this one? No, I haven't tipped this one either. So I'm starting to get, look at all the branches coming right here. This is without tipping or topping. New branch, and obviously the apical, and I have a couple of figs there. And then down here, this one's doing really well too. So this is on Fox Farm, getting some good growth. Let's look at this one. So this is the Maltese Falcon. Now this one has been pruned, air layer pruned, I guess. I took 3 air layers off of this guy, and we're getting lots of new growth as well. Now we're not getting a lot of fig production. Is that fertilizer related? I'm not sure. Is that just the tree? But we can see this one, and to be honest with you, look how much this one has grown. This one has grown a lot. This one looks like it might just be starting to go again. So I don't know, maybe it stalled out too. I'm not really sure, but that's the Fox Farm. The Canagria definitely has lots of new growth. Now all of my trees are really, gosh, fig rust, y'all. Oh, fig rust. But all of my trees have fig rust, and I'm not seeing any difference in the fertilizer regimen in staving off the fig rust. But there's a look at the Fox Farm water-soluble fertilizers. Let's take a look at a couple of the, what am I trying to say? Like the topping, the one we top dress our figs with. Top dressing. So these two here, this LSU purple as well as the Beers black are on Osmocote. Set it and forget it, right? I'm using the Osmocote, what is it, Plus? And so it's the one that's supposed to be 6 months. Now I did have a lot of comments that told me in our heat here in East Texas, 6 months is probably more like 4 months, maybe 5. But that's part of the experiment, right? If this stuff runs out at 3 or 4 months, then is it really worth it? So Osmocote on this LSU purple, y'all, I mean, I'll be honest with you. Look, I mean, it's been 4 weeks. Look at the amount of growth happening on this LSU purple. Absolutely crazy, the amount of growth. I mean, it's got limbs coming everywhere. And so this was a tissue culture. I trimmed it down to 1 stem over the winter, but it's kind of living up to its tissue culture ways. It is going everywhere, but so much growth. And I've got lots and lots of figs. So Osmocote on the LSU purple seems to be working. Let's jump over to the Beers black. So this one honestly is not doing a whole lot. So we do have new growth here. You can see most of this is new growth. So that's looking really good, not going crazy. This limb here is not doing much. The apical is there, but it's not even trying to open. We do have a sucker coming up, and it's growing like gangbusters, and maybe that's where all of the energy is going for this one. Back here, you can see new growth, and then this is the limb that I topped a few weeks ago, and I'm getting good growth up here as well. So that's the Osmocote. Again, LSU purple going crazy, lots of new growth. Beers black, not so much. And it may be that it's focusing all that energy on that sucker right now. I'm not 100% sure. Now we come to the Gaia green. And so we'll start with this Texas Everbearing. And I'm pretty impressed. Again, this Texas Everbearing was a tissue culture, and it is living up to its tissue culture ways. Look at all of the craziness going on in here where all of these branches are coming from, but we're getting lots of good growth. Y'all, this limb right here, look at all of the growth. Look at all of the new growth on this. Gaia green. Look at all of this. This is all new growth. We're 1 month in. So the Gaia green is, I think it's 2 tablespoons per gallon of soil. And so I did just give them their second round, but I literally gave them their second round like 3 days ago. So it's only really technically been 1 round, but look at all of the growth. This is the Gaia green. And I've been talking with Buck. Buck is the one that turned me on to this. He actually sent me a sample of it to use on this experiment. But I've been talking to him. If you get it in bulk, it's not nearly as expensive. I'll have to get some numbers because I failed to get y'all numbers last time. But here's the one I really wanted to point out. First off, if you can read that, pay no attention to that. I still have yet to take some of these old labels off. This is a Coledon Blanc. Hopefully I still have some videos of this, some clips of this, and I could put in here. This Coledon Blanc had not grown an inch since I got it last summer. It was pretty, had pretty leaves, nothing wrong with it, but it hadn't grown at all. And even 3 weeks ago, so I was 1 week after I put the Gaia Green on, I was asking Eddie, what do I do? I've got all these figs on this tree, but the leaves are so tight and close, they're covering the figs up. And so he said, just leave them, just hang tight. Y'all, this Gaia Green is taking this Coledon Blanc to a new level. Look, this, y'all, I kid you not. 3 weeks ago, this tree, I was just starting to see an apical start to open up. Look, all of this is new. This tree has done nothing since I got it last September from Eddie. Look at all of the growth. It is absolutely going bonkers. You can see all the figs in here. I don't know when they'll ripen. They've been hanging on for quite some time, but you can see new growth on that limb back there. We've even got a new limb happening back in the back. Y'all, I've got no other thing to relate this with, why this tree took off, other than the Gaia Green. It's the only thing I know that would have made a difference. This tree was in my grow tent, everything. I tried everything I could to get it to grow, and it just would not grow. So I wound up moving it out of the grow tent, and it became part of the Figgy Shuffle, right? And so I was moving it in and out of the garage, and it just wouldn't do anything. And all of a sudden, a week after the Gaia Green, I noticed that the apicals were starting to open up. They were starting to move, and now we're only 4 weeks in, and this tree's grown. I mean, that's 9 inches on that one limb, probably at least 7 or 8 on this one. I don't know, we're a month in, we're going to keep an eye on it and see, but I really believe that I have Gaia Green to credit for the growth on my Coledon Blanc. Okay, y'all, I think I kept that pretty short, but I wanted to give y'all an update. Again, we're only 1 month in. We've had, on the water-soluble fertilizers, I've had 3 applications every 2 weeks. So the week we posted the video, 2 weeks later, and then just a couple of days ago. So we're 1 month in, 3 applications. But you see on that I-258 how much growth we're putting on with that Miracle-Gro bloom booster. Looking really good. The Olympian, maybe it stalled because of the figs, I'm not sure. And then the Fox Farm down there, kind of the same thing. We got one that's really not doing much and the other that's growing like gangbusters. The Osmocote, no, neither one of those are going crazy. I think the LSU Purple is doing much better than the other, but neither of those trees are really going nuts. Now the Gaia Green, both of those trees are looking really, really good, especially that Coledon Blanc. Oh my gosh, it finally took off. I'm really excited about that. I've been sending pictures to Eddie because we've been wondering what is going on with this Coledon Blanc. But there you go, there's an update. We're only 1 month in. We will revisit this in probably a month and then revisit it a month later. And we'll keep up with how they do throughout the summer, which fertilizer gives us the best bang for our buck and our time spent, y'all. I'm really enjoying this summer. I'm loving this evening cool weather after that little rainstorm. We didn't get a lot of rain, but it was enough to cool things off and got me outside to make a couple videos. But y'all, I really appreciate it. Thanks for sticking with me. And as always, thanks for watching.